Hey y'all, it's Travis from Travis Brick's YouTube channel. I thought I would do a little bit of a vlog of me figuring out the Rivendell mess. So if you watch my video about buying used sets, you know that I bought a used complete, half sealed, half built hodgepodge Rivendell for a steal of a deal. So I just laid it out on my floor, and I thought I'd kind of take you through the process of what I got and let you know how annoying it is. So for sealed bags, I have 12 through 22, and then looks like 45 through 49. And that has me a little bit concerned, I'm not gonna lie. Because that means they did the books out of order, maybe. So that means me figuring out is going to be even more of a hot mess than it already was. So that's concerning. I have 5-gallon Ziploc bags to sort through, and kind of figure out what I'm going to do there. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to break it all down to individual pieces. What I'm going to do, I'm going to open these up here in a minute and kind of see what I'm dealing with. I'm going to leave things like this, though, together, because, like, I'm obviously going to know where that goes, and there's no reason for me to redo all this crazy tiling that is in this set if it's already done. That just seems stupid for me to peel all those off just to re-put them on. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. I'm going to open some bags here and see what we got. Okay, so dumped all the bags, sort of. I pulled out most of the recognizable pieces. And most that looked complete. Like this looked complete. This feels really solid. I feel like I could throw this against the wall. But anyways, pulled out all of this. But here's the problem. Okay, so I built the Lion Knight's castle from a pre-built set, but it was a hot mess. Like it was not. It was. Anyways, it was definitely a mess when I got it. And so the problem with using things like this, okay, so I pulled this out. The problem with using things like this is unless in the actual directions this is like a module built, it's really hard to know that when you are building, that when you get to, I would assume you start probably with this piece, that when you get to that piece that, oh, it's the rest of that building, or, oh, it's actually this one, because this one's got like something just slightly different or whatever. So it's really hard to build from the beginning going through when things are like this, to know kind of where you are with the directions and what, you know, you should be grabbing. So I really think, unfortunately, that things like this are going to come apart. Even things like this might stay together, but I'm going to pop that bottom piece off probably. I think the tree's going to kind of come apart because looks like there's some parts missing off that. Even like this is going to come apart because, again, unless this is like a full module that you build and you just slip right in, which I find that hard to believe with just kind of some of the building techniques on here. It's going to be impossible for me to figure out where that goes until I've already looked for 10 minutes looking for the parts. Same thing with this. Like, there's some parts missing off this, but maybe I'll keep this together. I don't know. It's just such a tough call because when you're working through the directions and, you know, you're like looking like 15 steps ahead to figure out if the part you're working on right now is one that you already have built somewhere. And then you got to find that part. And so sometimes I think it's just easier to take them completely apart. So I think things like this, I'm just gonna take apart. Now these I'll leave together. Maybe, probably. Because I mean, obviously, when you're working on the roof, like you know that's the roof, and you can kind of narrow that down. But some of these other inner parts, I think are going to be tough to kind of figure out where they go. So I think they're going to come apart and get sorted. All right, so here we are. This is a super, super rough sort. Tiles, jumpers, slopes and arches, snot, 2x plate, 1x plate, pins, rods, clips, other, brick. And then these are kind of some pieces that I've just left together. Oh, and larger plate. These are pieces that I felt like are probably modules in the set that I'll easily be able to find, as well as this stuff. I feel like I'll be able to easily recognize that when I'm building it. All those are still on the ground. I'm probably going to sort this a little bit further because this set has some colors that are really, they kind of blend together really, really, really easily. So I'm probably going to sort out arches out of this. I'm probably going to sort round out of this. Like round out of this. We'll probably sort round out of this as well and out of this. And maybe even sort 1x and 2x out of this. Just to kind of make it easier. So that's where we are. This took me about 4 hours. And I'm regretting my decision to buy a partially built set already. But we'll see. Maybe this won't be as bad as I think it's going to be. But it could be as bad as I think it's going to be. All right, so here's a little bit of a finer sort. Square plates. Bricks kind of broken down by 2x, 1x. Other heights, 1x2s, profile, 1x1s, rounds, Technic, rounds, modified. Anyways, all kinds of just a little bit easier to find stuff. And all this mess is just stuff that I'm going to leave together that I'm hopeful that I can make work as is. And this is kind of my everything else bin, which is like turntables, these arches, plants or foliage, all kinds of things. This is the one that makes me a little nervous yet. And I might think a little bit more about this, but this took me about another hour and a half, 2 hours. So that's up to about 6 hours of just sorting before I even think about building anything. So again, here we are. I'm going to take a bit of a break. My back hurts from bending over the table and bending around, sorting stuff. So I'm going to take a little break and maybe think if I need to kind of sort through this a little bit more. And then maybe figure out where I'm going to store this a little bit better so that I have some place to actually build. All right, so I just started going through. I got through what was originally looks like bags 1 and 2, since there's 3 and 4. It looks like from quick survey of the directions is that this is all of book 2, and that's the end of book 3. So it looks like they built all of book 1 and most of book 3 and skipped over book 2. Not sure why, but here we are. So far, I was only missing one piece, and I'm not convinced it's not somewhere here that I'm just missing it. So that's a problem for later. I just filled in with parts for my own collection of stuff. But yeah. This is not going too badly, but definitely not as fun as I'm sure it is just building right out of the box. Okay, so I'm about halfway through book 1 or so, and I just needed to stop and say the Lego math on this set is just incredible. Like the fact that just notches out that is just amazing, and this curve just so much awesome Lego math going on here. Like that's one thing I don't feel like I have a firm grasp on yet, and this set just has so much of it that just works so perfectly. I am realizing that I took apart maybe a little bit more than I should have, because I'm going through some directions here and I'm like, oh, I definitely took that apart like that. I definitely remember taking that apart. So maybe I over deconstructed, but we'll see. We're going to keep going. All right, just finished book 1, which is the tower. This build's just absolutely amazing. When I get through it, I'm going to do another video of a bit of a review slash just kind of my thoughts about this set. But book 1 done. I still have a ton of pieces. So according to my math, this is all of book 2. And then book 3 is here and over here. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm also going to skip over to book 3 and continue there so that I can get this all clear, and then I can build book 2 just kind of as is, and maybe have a little bit more of an enjoyable build experience. Not that this has been awful. It's definitely more fun when you're going bag by bag. Also, finding the right roof pieces that go with this roof as opposed to these roof pieces which don't go with that roof was kind of made my head hurt a little bit. But yeah, so book 1 done. And like I said, we're going to jump over to book 3. All right, we're on day 3, I think. I've not been working real hard. Been taking some breaks, and it just takes a little bit trying to find all the pieces. We are just about through book, I don't know if it's book 2 or 3. I'm not sure, to be honest. But this is the build, the other build attaches right here that I finished already. Of course, Harley's grabbing his ball now. Just thought I'd show something that I find absolutely incredible. So there's a whole bunch of snot techniques, okay? So those are all snot techniques. You can see that this piece is attached on an angle, much like the boutique hotel. Very similar ways, but instead of using a bunch of hinge plates, there's actually the ball and socket joint in there to connect them. Very cool. And I thought I would show this before I closed it up. The math to get these lined up, have connection points here, here, and here across there, and connection points up here, so that this whole thing is like super stable is crazy to me. And similarly, the way the roof attaches is right here and right here. Like, the fact that they got that all and makes it such a super solid build is just amazing to me. I just think that that's incredible. Anything when you start to get Lego going on angles starts to get crazy very fast, and this set is angles everywhere, and they've done an amazing job of it. So anyways, I just thought I'd show that before I stuck the roof on. Definitely a detailed review coming after this is all built. But the tiling's so cool too. I just love the color palette. Yeah, we're almost through all of the open bags. So right there, I need to finish this book. I think 45 through 49. I need to finish this book. Yeah, we're going to keep plugging away. All right, so I got to the end of where the open bag section stopped. So I'm now to sealed bags, which is great fun. This tree, by far one of the most unique trees that I've ever built for Lego, as far as official sets. I'm not saying I necessarily like it. I think there's a couple things that could have been done to make it a little bit better. Primarily this junction point is a little weak. So I had them kind of snapping off as I was trying to get it in place. But I really like the look of it, especially when you stand back from it. It doesn't look that bad. So this is what was left over after I've done all the completed bags. And the only part that I'm concerned about is this guy. I hope that wasn't important. I know where I messed up with this guy. This guy is actually supposed to go right there. Because I had to borrow another piece to do that one. But that's fine. I know I pulled that piece out of my inventory. I know I pulled one of those out of my inventory These other little pieces, I'm sure, are probably fine. I'm sure it's probably fine. So anyways, and this piece I know I put out of my inventory as well. I think it's all good as far as what was here and what was not here. And moving on to the sealed bag aspect of this build, which I'm very excited to be into. Okay, I'm just about done. I got 2 bags left, but I had to stop. This is underneath that part of the build, and holy crap. The amount of snot techniques and like the geometry that went in to figure this thing out is ridiculous. I mean, there's clips and Technic and snot and just everything in to make this little odd shape. Just incredible the amount of thought that went into it. Not only that, but then those Technic parts support the holes for the upper structure. Like, what? Who even comes up with this idea? Like, just craziness. All right, so I finished it up, and I will say that my build experience was definitely raised once I got to the sealed bag part. I mean, just so much better. Y'all, this build, this is by far the best build I have ever done. By far. And I've built a lot. This is hands down the best build. I'm going to do a separate video about why I think that and why it's really kind of changed some opinions for me about what Lego sets I should buy and which ones I shouldn't. So yeah, be sure to check out the video that I'm going to do full about this set and kind of why it's changed some things for me. And make sure that you are subscribed, and make sure you like and drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. Thanks, y'all.